Hello friends and Happy New Year. Hope you had a great New Year's Eve party and brought in the New Year in style. New year. So welcome to the first Dirt Report of 2020. Now my voice sounds a little bit weird. You might have seen I had my wisdom tooth out, so my enunciation is a little bit weird today. But before we begin, there's no way around it. All over the news, so let's talk about it. Fires. Friends, if you're affected by the fires, I hope you stay safe and don't take any risks at all. Also, keep your pets safe. Gotta love those four-legged creatures, or two, or none at all if you have snakes as pets. Now, California has sent over 100 firefighters to help, and Scott Morrison has launched the Defense Force, including planes and very large ships, to help with the evacuations. And hopefully that will make the evacuations themselves more effective. So good luck to them and all the firefighters involved. On the telco side, our very own NBN Co has sent out a Roadmaster truck to the evacuation centre at Batemans Bay on the New South Wales south coast. So providing the evacuees with Wi-Fi and charging stations, something that's probably quite needed if you want to reunite with people that are missing at the time. With a lot of mobile and landline networks, digital communication is very difficult, making it hard for families to communicate, let alone know where to avoid and where to go. So it's a pretty cool truck. Renovated in 2017, it can run a public Wi-Fi hotspot for hundreds of devices and secure hotspot for officials. It can also charge 20 devices at once. Don't know how the battery will last, but we'll see what happens. On the mobile side, Telstra is providing specific assistance packages for those affected, and overall Optus, Vodafone and Telstra are waiving mobile charges for volunteer firefighters for December and January. Our golden boy from Telstra, Andy Pan, said, "We're doing everything we can to get these communications back up and connected as quickly as possible, but given the horrific conditions we have seen over the past few days, this may take some time." Look, a very nice gesture, and it has definitely won some brownie points amongst the people affected and hopefully maybe the wider Australian country. Alright, let's keep going. NBN Co has missed thousands of appointments last year. A real shame, but it's not really a complete surprise to many of you guys. This comes to light after NBN Co provided an updated number in response to a question raised by Labor Senator Anne Urquhart at the most recent Senate estimates. If you would like to delve deeper into this report, I have linked the PDF below, but note it's literally a one-pager. Well, first, what is a missed appointment? Well, under the wholesale broadband agreement, a missed appointment refers to where a technician did not attend the premises within the agreed appointment window as per the service level agreement, SLA. In many of these cases, the technician turns up earlier or later than the scheduled time and still completes the job on the day. See, I have doubts on the earlier part. I have yet to see someone turn up earlier than stated. That kind of puts the customer out a little bit, doesn't it? The number also includes some cases where the end user was not in attendance or where bad weather restricted the ability to complete the job, which is fair enough. So Senator Anne Urquhart simply asked for NBN Co to provide the number of missed technician appointments in financial year 18 to 19. So in 2019, there was a total of 2,997,958 appointments. Of these, 127,746, or roughly 4.3%, were missed. Now remember back in April when NBN Co split into two divisions? Well, guess what? That means they can report these numbers differently, and by differently, they can pretty much almost halve them because they are reporting two separate divisions now. And bam, percentage of missed appointments down by 50%. We shall call it the NBN schism. Now, the problem is still there. In fact, over the last 6 months, the number of missed appointments per day has been on the rise. Now, let's be fair, a lot of the reasons for missed appointments could be the customer. They could have forgotten about the appointment and not been home, or the weather could have been bad enough to not allow work on electrical devices outside or even inside if it's maybe too hot, or maybe the building's on fire. Either way, the numbers are not really a problem. It's the trend of them rising. Life happens, missed appointments are a reality of the industry. Hopefully that might change one day, I doubt it. But the appointment should be rescheduled quickly and appropriately depending who is at fault. And to note, the schedule is probably pre-booked weeks in advance, so if you miss one, you might have to wait a while before the next empty slot. But if it is NBN Co's fault, then it should be rescheduled as soon as possible, even to the point of having a technician on standby for such an event. At least that way the fines for missed appointments could be reduced. Now I can imagine that that's not necessarily practical, but I'm sure there is some sort of way, or they can come up with something. After all, they've come up with the idea to split the companies in half to fiddle with the reporting numbers. I'm sure they can solve this problem. Let's move on. Some 5G news for those who are still looking to the new wavelengths to save them from the NBN. Well, Vodafone has announced they will be partnering with Finnish telecommunications giant Nokia, who you may remember from such hits as Captain America's shield, built out of Nokia 3310s. Vodafone is still trying to push through their merger with TPG. They are currently challenging the court decision from August last year, and the new court decision is due out this February. On the other side, TPG isn't doing so well, relatively speaking. They suspended work on its 5G mobile network in January after Huawei ban made it impossible to continue. The company has spent over 100 million on gear before they decided to give up. That's a lot of money. All in all, Nokia is a fairly reliable company and should provide exceptional hardware to create a 5G network. I expect Vodafone to also rent out unused 5G hardware space to other telcos. Vodafone Chief Executive Inaki Berota said, "This is an exciting milestone in Vodafone's 5G network rollout. We have worked with Nokia for several years across different elements of our network. They presented a compelling roadmap that aligned with our 5G objectives and will help us to continue improving the 4G network for our customers. Their knowledge of our network is extensive and they are the best positioned to ensure seamless transition that we reach our 5G goals as soon as possible and while maintaining the best experience for our 4G customers." So all in all, I'm keen on tech investment in Australia, and having Nokia be part of it even more so now with the 5G rollout, I think we'll see some great things in the future. Last note of this video. I wanted to get your opinions on this, and this comes along with the nature of fireworks and the literal involvement of fire, especially around the potential of setting fires and around the time now. Articles are popping up about using drones to create laser shows instead of launching and exploding rockets. There are a couple of benefits in the long term. It could be a little bit cheaper, it could be a little bit safer, and by a bit I mean, well, because imagine the drones getting tangled up and falling on bystanders, so safety is a little bit interesting. And I'm sure it would have been cheaper because of the amount of safety regulations around using fireworks. Remember, it's not just the cost of the items themselves, which are expensive. It's also the crews, the setup, the safety procedures, and all the other things that you have to get involved, police, fire crews, etc., etc. So having a bunch of drones with lasers might be just the right thing now. I have seen laser shows in the past and they're pretty cool, so I reckon something like this on a large scale would be quite actually fantastic. Though maybe technology is not there yet to, do all these flying drones in unison and have them make pretty lights, but I'm sure they can figure it out. Secondly, the noise would be much less. Pump up a bit of music and you won't hear the drone buzz, and I'm sure many pets would appreciate the gesture. Friends, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about that below, and let me know if you have any other thoughts on this week's news. And if you like this video, then hit that like button. It really helps. And if you'd like to see more content like this and much more other things, then consider subscribing. Got a bunch of reviews on tech devices recently. The ROG Phone 2 was reviewed on this channel, so have a look at that. I'll put the link below. Thanks for watching, and bye!